it's time for Act 4, Part 2, and whew, things get heavy here down in the Echo River because we lost all sense of time, but it's nearly morning. One of our own won't be making it to 5 Dogwood Drive, but the journey continues, and we conclude with what I think is my second favorite interlude, featuring a few familiar faces on a very rainy evening. Enjoy! Alright, so we are mushroom hunting. We've got... Oh, okay, this is interesting. It looks like we've got Kate's perspective as well as Ezra's perspective in the same place. Cool. There we go. Okay, my controller wasn't connected for a second. She lit a second cigarette with the embers of the first one. She trembled, sweating a little under a heavy coat. It was warmer near the doors, but she was following directions. No smoking within 25 feet of the hospital entrance. Kate gently rolls a fallen branch and plucks something white from the underside. She holds it up for Ezra to examine. It's not it's like two different simultaneous stories. So she stood by a hot dog cart parked at the edge of the sidewalk. Pluricybella porigens. The common name is angel wings. Isn't that pleasant? They have a delicate, springy texture and they're tasty like sweet moss. Would you like a bite? Sweet moss doesn't sound very tasty to me. Personally, I like to be able to tell where my food came from by flavor alone. I like to taste my surroundings. I mean, keeps me connected to the whole thing. My mushroom hunting mentor told me, it's useless to pretend to know mushrooms. They escape your erudition. The more you know them, the less sure you feel about identifying them. She taps the cover of the small red book she's carrying. That's why I always bring my favorite guidebook. Here's an important one to recognize, though. See the sort of greenish pallor of the cap? Aminta phalloides. That's Greek. Amanita means mushroom, and phalloides means, never mind. Oh. It smells like honey. Yeah, sort of nauseating though, right? Sickly sweet. Death cap. That's the common name. It's killed a lot of people, this little mushroom, including a few Roman emperors. It's a revolutionary. Even the Buddha died from eating a mushroom when he was very old. That's just what they do. Clear away old things, make room for new things. Pretty important, right? I've always thought they deserved a little more respect. Would you like to help me look for a few more? I have sort of a shopping list. Great. Look for... Actually, just grab any mushrooms that catch your eye and throw them in this bag. Let me know when you're done. We'll see what you've got. Have fun. That's the second rule of mushroom hunting. The first rule is ask Kate before eating anything, okay? Oh, we are doing both person because now we're here. So this was Kate's memory and this is like what's happening with Ezra. Okay. Let's go back to Kate. Kate kneels in the grass. She parts the grass with her garden knife, studiously combing the ground, while Ezra pokes around the base of a cypress tree. A brownish clump of mushrooms feather out from the base of the cypress tree. A few feet above, several pale blue puffs cling to the trunk. He didn't like to play in the house. It was always too cold. Then it seemed to store up the cold at night, then slowly discharge it into his bones during the day while the sun bounced feebly off the windows. But he liked to play in the woods behind the house. The woods were full of deer. His dad said the deer liked best to live on the edges of forests. Recent development in the area had created a lot of fresh edges, so they massed there and sometimes ran into the road. The hot dog vendors tried to strike up a conversation with some immediately too personal questions. She decided to give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he considered it part of his job, he thought, to offer customers some kind of counsel. Maybe it was to salve his guilty conscience for selling junk food outside of a hospital. There are no mushrooms in the grass. Kate digs in a bare patch of dirt. Ezra crouches to get a closer look at the brownish clump. The The mushrooms look dried out and brittle, almost like tree bark. He heard strange, gruff voices back in the direction of the house, and something that sounded like a choked sob or a sharp rebuke. He kept going. Ezra tears off a piece of the mushroom and puts it in his bag. Ezra closes his eyes and listens to the water and distant clicking of bats. It's a bit muddy from the flooding or general dampness of the caves. She finds 2 promising specimens, a spotted brown cap and a dense bundle of dark ridges. Has she ever tried any alternative medicines? Acupuncture, homeopathy, Ayurveda, magical thinking? She'd said she'd never heard of any of those things. He fished a stray hot dog out of the pickle jar. Kate inspects the dense bundle of dark ridges. Dark brown ridges and folds cover the surface of the mushroom. It has a pleasant, almost fruity smell. Kate plucks the mushroom from the dirt and puts it in her bag. Kate tries to wipe some mud off her boots. Oh, you got one? Let's see it. He tripped on a protruding root and lay for a while in the mud, examining the pale upper branches of a soft sycamore tree, listening to the soft rumble of a faraway thunderstorm, then louder, closer, and his hair stood on end and there was the bird. Ezra hands Kate the brittle, brownish mushroom he took from the base of the cypress tree. Aha! Brown gold. Most people call these sheep's head, but in alternative medicine circles it's better known by its Japanese name, maitake, the dancing mushroom. Apt because you do a little happy dance when you find one. It fights cancer, supports the immune system, regulates blood sugar, and tastes like eggplant. This one's a bit old and tough, but it's nothing that can be solved with a lot of butter. Good find, Ezra. I just found this one. Kate takes the dense bundle of dark ridges out of her bag. This one I can't really use, but I picked it just to show you. It looks a lot like very popular eating mushroom around these parts called a morel, but it's not a morel. Kate slices the mushroom in half lengthwise. It's full of white fiber, the consistency of cotton. This is the easiest way to tell them apart. The real morel is empty. This one, the false morel, is actually kind of poisonous. I forget what its effects are exactly. Here, let's check the Vermilion book. Kate flips through the pages of her guidebook. Okay. Oh, here it is. Symptoms include wanting to fight, demanding answers, dryness of nose, eyes, and lips, restless sleep, dreams of flood, of rolling stones, accidents, people transforming into owls, vampires, rockets, and traveling to stars. That doesn't sound so bad, actually. Kate puts the mushroom back into her bag. So, you have a brother out there somewhere. Julian, he's gonna come find me in the morning after the work is done. Yep, we work pretty hard. We used to spend part of each night looking for my folks, but now we pretty much just work. Maybe that'll change now. I have some new friends. Do you have a family? I almost had a baby once. I learned a lot about difficult pregnancies at least, so now I can help other women. Basically been on my own since then. Well, that's not really true. Just about everyone who sets aboard the mucky mammoth feels like family to me now. I guess if nobody's family, then everybody's family. What's this island for? Looks like someone made it on purpose. Oh, right. It's kind of a nice, simple shape, pleasantly minimal island geometry. I'm sure it could be natural, though. I mean, I don't know if the island itself is man-made or not, but I guess I really don't know much about this place, really. It's supposed to be some kind of memorial to something? Will would know more. Sorry, it's a mystery. Ezra kicks the dirt. Months later, she came across a book on homeopathic medicine in a used bookstore and bought it. She thought it was mostly bullshit, but found the author's notes on the unpredictability of mushrooms immediately compelling. Spiritual, even. She started collecting mushrooms on hikes, never eating them, just collecting, identifying, and discarding. Eventually, she connected with the Lexington Mycological Society and began to study in earnest the medicinal uses of fungi. It's a mystery. I'll search for clues. Ezra examines a large stone monument. The monument is covered with lichen and painted text. Ezra reads the text. X plus 0 forever. Or X plus O. Ezra looks around the shore. Ezra steps on a plastic bottle. A wooden post projects from the sand nearby. Picks up the plastic bottle. There's a scrap of paper inside the bottle. Ezra takes it out and reads it. Eggs, flour, Chardonnay, laxatives, paper towels, scratch ticket. Interesting. Ezra inspects the contents of his pockets. She put out her cigarette and said goodbye to the hot dog vendor and spent the rest of the afternoon listening to doctors and trying to understand the world as they did. There's a list of discrete injuries to be mended. Is that like a screaming sounding? All right, what have you got? Is that cats? Is that a barge of cats? That stone-faced monument has X plus O forever painted on it. Interesting. What do you think that means? Hugs and kisses forever? Or they could be initials. Xavier and Olivia forever? Xerxes and Oliver? What do you think that monument is for? I'm not sure anyone remembers it. Oh my god, it is a cat barge. Maybe they're all just chilling, hanging out. This is the cat distribution system at work. They're all on the 0, moving their way out. I found this message in a bottle. Looks like somebody's grocery list. Well, Ezra, I can't say I know what that all adds up to. Like I said, I wish Will were here. He'd have some local history for us. We can ask him back on the boat. Kate and Ezra look up at an old battleship drifting by. There it is. The Iron Pariah, which we heard about in the interlude. Don't worry, it's just passing by. What do you think of it? Where did it come from? Yeah, it's a mystery. I don't think it was built here, so it must have come from somewhere. There are a lot of ways to get here, though. All these caves are connected, and the same for rivers. It's hard to know where anything down here really comes from. Someone told me she got close to it by accident and heard a strange wailing sound. She was a passenger on the Mammoth. She said she'd been out fishing on a rowboat and got swept up by a current near the cluttered place. Before she knew it, the Iron Pariah was upon her. Unbelievably massive up close, but eerily silent. The only sounds, she says, were the lapping of the lake water against its iron hull and the faint sort of, well, she said, a chorus of mews. I'll be damned if I know what that sounds like. Never gotten close enough to the ship myself. Supposedly there's nobody even aboard. No people, I mean. There must be something on there. Life is everywhere. Rats, insects, some kind of hardy mold. Part of it could be flooded and host to some of the eyeless fish that live in the echo. Hey, maybe there are some mushrooms growing in there, slowly consuming military rations from over 100 years ago. More mysteries. They do pile up over time as people forget the details. Ezra's parents shook him awake. They seemed alarmed, but not immediately concerned. They led him back to the house, past the house, into the car. Dad said they were going to stay at the bus station for a while, the one with the little arcade with the card game he liked. Dad watched him closely in the rearview mirror, expecting Ezra to be excited or confused or scared, but he didn't feel anything. He hardly seemed to hear. In fact, he felt like he was observing the family car from a distance, from far above, from the clouds. Mushroom hunting! You can pick apples because they're right out there in the open. Mushrooms hide. You have to hunt for them. It's time to go. I like that. I like that we learned a little bit more about Ezra there. And Kate. See that rough circle of rocky protrusions near the shore? It's more intricate than it looks. More than 2/3 of it is actually underwater. I haven't seen it myself, but listen to this. It's man-made, and the rocks weren't placed according to their size, so what's visible is more or less uniformly random selection of the overall shape. Looks like it might be a spiral, all told, or maybe some kind of meditative labyrinth. At the head of it is a petrified oak stump that was moved here from above ground, of course, decades ago. That's where the ceremony took place. The Lock-Lucks were married here. Many frail-tongued observers said they should go with just Lock or Luck, or split the difference with Look, or even Lick. Really anything else, but it was never going to happen. Marge Luck and Errol Locke met in prison. She was a volunteer teaching conflict mediation skills to guards, and he was employed at the side gate accepting deliveries and greeting visitors. Neither one of them once saw a prisoner. Their engagement was welcome news for the family business, who had been looking for some opportunity to merge interests. The Locks ran a busy printing press, and the Lucks managed a fleet of bicycle couriers. The natural next step was to start a local paper, what would become the Echo River Evening Record. The ceremony itself was humble and perfunctory, and it must have somehow involved these rocks. Maybe they walked around them in a spiral like a symbol of their ever-tightening bond. And it must have also involved that petrified stump. Neither family is particularly religious, but rumors persist that the officiant wore a robe. Ooh. Shannon and a friend set out in the dinghy to deliver a package at the telephone exchange. I guess. Act 4, Scene 7. Echo River Central Exchange. Whoa. Thanks again for your help. This is about as far as the tugboat can go. You know, noise and lights disturb the bats. I usually send Will, but he's up to his elbows in mammoth grease right now. So you'll pass through the bat sanctuary, which is really nice, by the way. Be sure to check out all the plaques and stuff for cool bat facts. Plenty of time. Anyway, the Echo River Central Exchange, or Consolidated Auxiliary Switch number 30. They changed the name when the power company took over. Anyway, it's just on the other side of the bat sanctuary. This package is going to Poppy. She's an operator. The operator. We'll meet you on the other side at Sam and Ida's for our scheduled early breakfast stop. Just follow the river. Can't miss it. Oh, I almost forgot. You may or not be interested. There's kind of weird memorial sculpture on your way in just before the bat sanctuary. I always recommend people at least stop and take a look at it. It's really sort of... I don't know how to say it. You should check it out. Okay, bye. Ooh, yeah, let's keep that light on, shall we? And Blue is with us. Sweet Angel Blue, going on a little adventure. This is a little scary, a little nerve-wracking. Okay, when I don't press anything, like I don't press my controller, things seem to move faster. We claim... Oh my god, these are all helmets. Oh, that flashes me back to Act 1 in the mines. We claim these helmets in the names of the folks who wore them, and we place them here in their memory, but also as a spit in the greedy green eye of that power company who brought up our old mine and traded our brothers and sisters' safety for a little more yield, but only yielded 28 good men and women dead when the walls collapsed and the tunnels filled with water. Their lungs were black, but now they're washed clean and full of water too, and swept through hidden tunnels into some awful cave we will never find. And so we guess the water buried them for us, so let this here be the marker for their grave. And if any son of a bitch from that power company wants to take back these helmets as company property, just you try it and see what will happen. Hey, Elkhorn. That's the mine we met in, where your folks worked. Looks like it's been here a while. Sure as hell wouldn't mess with it. You think whoever wrote it is still that angry? I don't ever think you forget anger like that. No, I guess you probably don't. This probably stirs up. I mean, how do you... It's fine. I'm glad this is here. People should remember this happened. Well, here we are remembering. I didn't even know it the first time around, but here I am remembering it now. That's a fine memorial, I guess. Shouldn't forget that anger. You should be angry. We should be angry at the stuff that these companies and these billionaires are doing. And we should remember that anger, because anger catalyzes action. Oh my god, what? Get away! It's not time! What? You're looking at me like I'm crazy. Are you feeling okay? Oh, sure. Doesn't hurt anymore, my leg. It's just kind of numb, like it's not there. My shoulder, too, actually. That's an old one, though, from an accident. Guess I'm lucky I had some nerve damage there, otherwise it probably could have been a lot worse. You know, those guys from the distillery are just making the best of a bad situation, just like the rest of us. One of them said to me earlier they could even get help me take care of those medical bills for my leg, you know? Get it all together on a plan, consolidated. What? When did you talk to them about that? They're around. They're pretty much everywhere you look on this river. You really haven't noticed? Anyway, I have a feeling it'll all work out. Even for me? Hey, why not? It seems like we're getting pretty close to finding your cousin, right? Besides that, you're young and smart. Plenty of time to bounce back from... whatever. Listen, that old truck I've been driving belonged to my boss, Ira, Lisette's husband. To be honest, Ira didn't like me very much, but somehow Liz got it in her mind that he would have wanted me to have that truck someday. Maybe to make up for all the yelling he did, or maybe so his ghost could hold it over me, just one more thing to feel like I owed him for. Another debt. Anyway, they got their own trucks at the distillery, and now that the antique shop is closing up, I have no use for that old truck. I was thinking you could take it. Whoops. Sure, I could keep an eye on it for you until you get straightened out. Sure, okay. Sounds good. Get away, Skellies. It's not time. Visitors to the Echo River Nomadic River Bat Artificial Hibernaculum and Sanctuary are asked to take extra precautions in order to prevent the introduction of foreign fungal contaminants and the spread of white nose syndrome. This is kind of actually what happened when there was a cave hike that I did where it's like you actually go down into deep cave tunnels, not unlike the Zero, and there were stations where you had to like clean off your shoes and you weren't allowed to bring in certain things because there were bats in the caves, and also there's a different biome down there, and so I remember we had to like clean our shoes and make sure we didn't bring anything else with us. Please do not visit the sanctuary during the same day in which you visited any cave known or suspected to host bats infected with white nose syndrome. Please do not leave your vehicle. If you must leave your vehicle, please remove shoes, clothes, jewelry, headwear, and eyeglasses to ensure you do not bring any foreign spores ashore with you. Please do not touch any bats or structures. The nomadic river bat is confused by light. If you're using a lantern or other artificial light source, be aware that it may attract and confuse bats. If you are approached by bats, do not panic. Relax. Stop your vehicle and switch off your light. Never touch a bat. That is the rule you're not supposed to touch. I'll turn off the light once we get to the bats. I don't see any currently. Oh, did I see one? I think I maybe hear a few of them. Bat fact. Ever talk with your mouth full? Bats do it all the time. Bats talk in extremely high-frequency clicks, too high for humans to hear. Then they use their powerful ears to scan for the echoes of these ultrasonic clicks. By comparing very subtle differences in the time these echoes take to come back, differences of just millionths of a second, bats are able to picture their environment with enough accuracy to catch a flying insect. Bat fact. Once a bat has caught an insect in its mouth, it's still flying, and so it needs to avoid running into anything. So bats keep clicking away even while they munch on a tasty bug snack. Bug snack. It may be poor table manners, but it's crucial for surviving in the dark. I wonder how the other bats know whether one of them is really talking or just chasing a bug. Sometimes it's hard to know with people, too. Oh yeah, like, how about this weather? I guess there are layers to it, right? Sometimes you just need to get the other person talking so you can check their body language or hear what their voice sounds like. Find out if they're friendly or angry or drunk. Guess we have to keep the light on so we can keep going. Looks like maybe there's another bat fact. Man, these skellies, they're just hovering over us. We got time. The nomadic river's bat's natural diet mostly consists of moths and other small insects that breed along the river. Here at the artificial hibernaculum and sanctuary, we use a combination of chemical snares and ultrasonic wards to repel all potentially contaminant-bearing insects and replace them with our own locally bred and spawned hypoallergenic antiseptic pseudomoths, which we call the little gray nothing moth. You may be thinking that the other moths and insects that the nomadic river bat would have been eating are very much relieved that their natural predator has found another food source. Not so. We've installed netting and highly effective moth traps along the river where the nomadic river bat normally hunts to balance their escape from the food chain. But eating moths isn't the only systemic contribution these bats make. They also produce a potent fertilizer in the form of guano that helps plant life thrive along the Echo River, the shore of Lake Leth. In order to minimize the sanctuary's impact on subterranean agriculture, we collect that precious guano here at the hibernaculum and manually distribute throughout the caves. It's a full-time job. Sounds like a lot of work. It's all fake, except for the bats. Yeah, I guess so. Reminds me of that guy Donald and his crew down there with the computer. Yeah. I don't know which one I want. It kind of bothers me, like, they're tricking the bats. Yeah, in this case, I think it's about survival. I mean, if that's the bottom line, what's the difference? Like the folks in the mine, you said they used to buy stuff. Fans, canaries, all these little trinkets to make it bearable. There's still a lot of stuff down there. It feels cluttered but human. I just mean, all people need is enough to pretend we're home and we can make it anywhere. You get kind of philosophical when you're drinking. Did anyone ever tell you that? Yeah, I guess I do. Nah, this is nothing. I used to have this drinking buddy who would get loaded and tell the weirdest damn riddles like, which is more musical, a truck passing by a factory or a truck passing by a music school? Count your blessing. Maybe we turn it off because there's so many bats right now. Damn, it really is dark down here. Are you still there? Sorry, just thinking. Yeah, it's a reflective kind of place if you're that kind of person, which I think you are. What are you thinking about? Bats? Yeah, hard not to, huh? I was just thinking about my dad. Guess because we were talking about your folks a minute ago. To be honest with you, I didn't think about him that often. Your cousin brought him up earlier, and he's just been on my mind. It's good your folks have a memorial. A lot of people. Nobody remembers them when they're gone. You mean like your dad? Oh, nah, he would have hated that. I don't know what I mean. Should I keep it off? I remember in the cave tunnels that I went into, it was pitch black like this. I had never been in such darkness before. And I'm not afraid of the dark, but in those tunnels, I could see why someone would be afraid of the dark. I guess we just keep the light off until the bats dissipate. Give them a little time to calm down. Blue's calm. Blue's just doing her thing. And there's the skelly boat just passing through. I can see it in the foreground. Whoa. Lisette's sick. I mean, she's old. We're both old. Hell, you're about the youngest person I know right now. And the kid? Maybe Blue by a people calendar? In dog years, though, I bet she has us all beat. So I'm old, too, sure. And I forget stuff all the time, especially if I've had a few and my brain is swimming. But, I mean, Liz, it's going all the way. She's losing words you never think you'd lose. Not just like the street she grew up on, but the names of colors and the names of types of furniture. I mean, even the word furniture. She'd say, we've still got a few nice pieces in the, what's that I call the shed where we put the bigger pieces, the beds, the couches, and I'd say, Liz, why'd you keep teasing me about that time I fell asleep in the furniture shed when it's so damn comfortable in there? I tried to help her keep some dignity, you know? Man, again, we're in this, we have these two dichotomies between dignity and shame that we keep coming back to, especially with Conway. That's all I had to offer at the end. She has a sister in Nashville who'll take good care of her, now that I'm not around to shop all the time. What was that guy's name? Used to make deliveries for the shop. Smells like leather. Ira was always yelling at him. Too drunk to work on the day. Could have been the right place, the right time. She means a lot to you. Are you worried about losing her? You know, it's inevitable. This age, people are all going all the time. Friends, family, everyone. It's just natural. I don't wish she'd live forever, just that she keeps some dignity as she goes. I think that's the best we can wish for anyone that we care about. And that's got to be heavy on his mind, because he is older, and all he wants is, and the thing he says is the best, is to have dignity when you go, and he knows that he is at a point where, if for him, debt equates shame, not dignity. Okay, I think the bats are clearing out. What's that radio that we were hearing? Is that the radio? I think there's something floating in the water. Is that a radio? White nose syndrome is largely still a mystery. We suspect that the white fungal growth which appears on bats' faces and wings irritates and confuses them, causing them to awaken early from hibernation, venture outside, depleting stored energy they need to survive through winter. Skeleton right there. But biologists are nowhere near curing the disease. It spreads quickly and is highly fatal. In this way, white nose syndrome has drawn some comparisons to colony collapse disorder as suffered by bees. White nose syndrome and colony collapse disorder are sudden, violent, and mysterious. Will honeybees and the nomadic river bat be two more lost species, wiped out in a geological blink and forgotten into natural history? It's possible that a cure won't be identified in time, so the sanctity of this artificial hibernaculum is our best hope of preserving them. You know, Shannon mentioned the fakeness of this space, and I understand that sentiment, but at the same time it's if it's a temporary thing until a cure could be found, and then the bats can live as they normally do, we do need maybe those halfway steps to make sure that we can, essentially have these bats to live another day. As you leave the Echo River Nomadic River Bat Hibernaculum and Sanctuary, please make sure your vehicle and clothing are free of hitchhikers. They're on us. They're just waiting for Conway to hit, morning? Oh, is that the paper boat floating in the distance as well? I think I saw it. Yeah. Still need to think through the significance of that moment with Flora and the paper boat. But, oh my god. But I like having it come through. Feels very, like, familiar in a positive way. I know we're still in the tunnels, but it almost felt like we were going out to see the stars for a second. There's Flora. There on the right. Oh, hi. I remember you. Oh, what are you doing down here? I'm just getting my boat back. I like dark underground places. I'm a romantic. Really? What does that mean to you? It means I like poems and rivers and mysteries. Okay, bye. Okay, bye. Careful up there. Can't drive your new truck if you slip and break your legs. You too. Try not to make any more bad deals while I'm gone. I'll just be floating along down here. I mean, just keep your eyes open. Don't look back. Don't look back. Okay. Delivery for Poppy. Could be bypassed with another capacitor at 100 nanofarads to reduce noise. If your circuit's too noisy, you should tie those floating pins to ground. Huh. That's a pretty good idea. They're probably picking up all kinds of radio interference. Darciel Morse, pleased to meet you. We don't install this type of phone for customers anymore, but there are quite a few of them still in circulation. We don't install this type of phone for customers anymore, but there are quite a few of them still in circulation. Anyway, the new system doesn't source enough current to ring the old bells, so I'm trying to come up with a workaround. Maybe a little box the customer could attach right before the wall jack? Oh, sounds like a good gig, fixing old phones. Oh, well, yeah, I'm here just about every night. This your first time down here? Yeah, I can tell. Your eyes can't quite adjust to the light. Takes some practice. Believe it or not, I've been coming here since I was a kid, for one reason or the next. Back then, this place was a train station. It's true. They had baths then too, but they were considered a nuisance. A train station? What happened to it? Well, the river shifted and this place slowly filled with water, carrying the trains away with the current. It does that, the river, and I don't begrudge it. It's a good reminder that everything we have is borrowed, even trains. Eventually, someone at the Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces heard this place was still empty, so they moved the phone company in here. I returned as a young lineman, a skill I picked up in wartime, running telephone wires behind enemy lines. We used trees instead of poles. I miss that, actually. They were easier to climb. It's just as well. I'm in no shape to be climbing anything these days. Closest I get is patching up the wiring in the crystal room for the WEVP folks. WEVP, that's community television. I volunteered there for a number of years. I knew everyone over there. Ralph, Sherry, Weaver, Dave. Weaver Marquez? Sure, Weaver Marquez. That's funny. I was just thinking about her. Yeah, I met her a couple of times at the TV station. Suppose I didn't know her too well. She handled the archives, and I was helping with wiring and stuff. She really seemed to know her way around all that gear, though. She had a head for signals, I think. No idea where she ended up. I would guess she's probably not too popular around the station anymore, but I always liked her. Listen, miss, if you're interested in WEVP, you should go talk to them directly. They're always looking for volunteers. Take the ferry over to the silo. There's a mail stop there. They don't have a sign or anything, just ask around. I guess I'll get back to this damn old ringer. Poppy's just a little further down if you're dropping off that package. Nice chatting with you. Okay, I guess we'll keep going down. Abel and Eloise, the lovers' couriers. Bred for racing, Abel and Eloise spent most of their lives as carrier pigeons, in the employ of the Echo River Avian Post. They retired here after Abel was disfigured, in an accident with a light aircraft. But old habits were hard to die. Abel and Eloise would pick up scraps of paper from the ground, the trash, even pull them out of pockets and deliver them to other people nearby, to delight or embarrassment. Word spread, and travelers passing through this tunnel began Oh, I love this. They began to come prepared with love letters, poems, and other written desires to pass along indirectly through these pigeons. After a hard day's work, Abel and Eloise would always be found nestled closely together in a disused newspaper stand set aside for their habitation, and that's where we left them. Here's Poppy. Hi, Poppy. I have a package.
Oh, just set it right there by the lamp, sweetie. Thanks. Actually, just a minute. Who does that parcel claim to be from?
Do I want it to be Consolidated Power Co? Let's say Laszlo Electronics.
Oh, must be my new patch cables and not a minute too soon. This one here is hanging on by a fiber. So who are you?
Do you work for the post office or is that the tugboat? Only ask because I haven't seen you before. Is that you I heard chatting down the hall? I'm just doing Kate a favor, dropping off this package.
Oh, Kate, I love Kate. She helped deliver both my nieces, one in a hospital, one at the base of a mossy moonlit oak.
It was beautiful. Ugh, I love Kate. I think Loretta's granddaughter used her to. Oh, Loretta used to work here. Actually, I think quite a few of our former operators have relied at some time on Kate's services. Well, now I guess they'll have more time with their little ones, so you can see all their chairs are empty. Wasn't always like this. When I came to work at the Echo River Central Exchange, there were 12 of us. Loretta, Edna, Meg, Farah, Marie, Lois, Liz, Hester, Angie, Wilma, and Connie. I was number 12. Connie and I were hired on the same day, but she showed up early. Marie finished college, and Hester was fired for snapping at a rude caller, but he had it coming, and I hear she did just fine on her own. So they hired Beryl, Jana, Sachiko, which brought up to 13, and that was as many operators as we ever had here at one time. The power company came along, buying up all the lines, and one day they took the exchange as a throw-in like it was nothing. Nothing! They started phasing us out. Edna, Meg, Cara, and Lois left one Friday evening and were asked to not come back on Monday morning. Man, God, layoffs suck. Beryl saw the writing on the wall and quickly found employment at a private PBX. They had Jan and Liz stop routing calls and write up some kind of best practices document instead. It was their final task as exchange employees. That's like, sort of, to add insult to injury, it's like writing up your practices, your workflow, your strategies so that they can fire you and find a cheaper way to do that same labor. Ugh. Some of the girls were reassigned to other divisions. Connie, I think, was checking residential meters. Sachiko and Wilma were moved into energy sales, cold calling businesses to see if they need to upgrade their electricity plan. At least they were still on the phone. Then it was just Loretta, Angie, and me. We were swamped. The hours were hell and hard on the throat. The voice with a smile became a croak. I was gargling warm salt water in the break room, sipping from a thermos full of hot honey broth stashed under my chair. Oh, I brought a lot of extended technique to the switchboard in those days. Oh. Sounded pretty good to me. He's got the voltage too high. He'll burn out the relay. So, where was I? Extended switchboard technique. It was all about timing your breath. Some girls got lightheaded doing too many calls in a row with that upbeat dynamic inflection they made us use to keep everything intelligible. It was very physical. So after a few months, it was just me. New automation strategy was announced, and this place was rechristened Consolidated Auxiliary Switch number 30. It's automated. What do you do here? It's not fully automated. There's still gaps in functionality that need a human touch. And it's really all about touch here. Sound is a vibration, a touch you feel in your ear. So my voice is my touch. When we're talking, we're touching. Even on the phone. That's an electric touch, an intimate little shock that makes your tiny hairs tremble. I like that. It's kind of nice to think about. But that's not even what I mean. What I say, it's all about touch here. When the power company first tried automating this old exchange with fancy new transistor arrays, the switchboard caught fire. It's just too much too fast. So they tried using some clunky old mechanical relays, but then the calls were getting mismatched and out of sync. It was a nightmare. Their technicians determined that the phone system down here had been designed ad hoc over decades around the specific tempo of its human operators. So, short of replacing the whole thing, not to mention all the wiring, they'd have to work out the exact timing of every little human gesture that goes into routing a phone call. And that, officially, is my role here. I run the switchboard for the whole exchange. Once the work of 12, I'd like to remind you. They have some kind of little machine that tracks how long it takes me to do each little thing. The caller never hears my voice now. They dial. My little indicator lights switch on to make the connection. Do you miss talking to callers? You know, there's something that bothers me about the process besides the fact that I'm training my replacement, who isn't even human. Ugh, that's real. This was published again. This act was published in 2016, released in 2016. The like quote AI revolution hadn't even really begun. It's so timely still. Here's what I mean. How long do you think it should take every time I move in, every time my every move, to time my every move and recreate that timing in an automatic switchboard? Rough estimate. Say infinite time because you're slightly different every time, I'm sure. At least a month. That's what I said. But this has been going on for over a year, and a very dark thought has started to nag at me. What if there is no cheap machine that's going to replace me? Whew. Oh man. What if it's cheaper just to keep me here filling in for the rhythm of the operators? What if I'm the cheap machine? That's a screenshot moment. That's. What if I'm the cheap machine is brutal. It has me thinking about, because, okay, like the quote AI for some of these like robots and cars that supposedly drive and manage themselves, like there is documentation and reporting that shows that they are still being um, managed, I guess, for lack of a better word, run and checked by operators in countries like the Philippines, for example. And so there is still human labor going into making this AI revolution work. So it's like, oh man, oh. Sit with that for a bit. Oof. Why don't you just quit? In this economy? No, you're probably right. Working in silence for peanut shells, waiting to be replaced by a robot. Doesn't sound very dignified, does it? Dignity again. The reality here is I've been working here for my whole adult life. I came here as a girl, and I'll leave as a middle-aged woman. I don't know if I'm ready to be her yet. The parcel, right over there by the lamp, is fine. Thanks for dropping that off. Take care. Think of me when you dial 0. Where's what? No, what? Come back. Can I choose come back? Blue. He had to leave Blue behind? I didn't want to pick Skull because that felt like, I don't know. Thought maybe we could call him back. Is that it? Man. I hope Conway isn't gone forever. I hope we get to see him. Oh gosh. Well, that sucks. She returned on the dinghy alone. She had a strong and sudden urge to shut the motor off and let the current take her, but she couldn't work out where that impulse came from, so she did her best to resist it. Oh, she met a guitar player pedaling on a floating bicycle with his dog in tow. He said they took turns. The water was cold, and the floating bicycle, while technically marvelous, wasn't quite buoyant enough for the both of them. Swimming is hard work, the hardest work that the dog had ever done, he expected. They'd been traveling this way for most of the night, struggling through the icy water, stopping to recover when they could find a rock large enough to start a small campfire. He had his belongings stuffed in a weathered guitar case at the end of a thin rope. It floated pretty well, so we only had to keep an eye on it and occasionally free it from a rock or some driftwood it was caught on. She asked if he had a guitar in his case or just clothes. He would have played her something, but the case had leaked a bit, and he didn't think it would sound right until it had time to dry out. She met a flower salesman on a raft. They floated along in buoyant pots, bobbing, untethered. He corralled them with a long pole and a stream of small adjustments. She leaned out over the water to get a closer look. He'd started work for the day, so his stock was full. He pushed a few bouquets her way. First was a delicate mixture of pansies arranged in the Byzantine style. He said it was for a particular kind of person. If it didn't remind her of anyone in specific, she'd better move on. Next, a rustic bundle of blue-petaled flowers of many different types. He suggested it would make an appropriate thinking of you bouquet. Finally, a delicate mass of roses made to look messy. She thought it looked serene, and he agreed. He drifted away with the current, pushing his flowers along with the raft. She met a painter of shipwrecks. He never worked from photographs, so his paintings could be divided into two categories. There were the ones he painted from life, and the Echo River was a very good source for these because its currents were so unpredictable and the tunnels so dark. He rendered these in oil paint by lamplight, working for hours cross-legged on the porch of his houseboat/studio. Then there were the ones he painted from memory. Mostly the memory of a single wreck he encountered as a much younger man, picking up litter where the coastal highway cleaves into the rocky beaches of Northern California. These were done in watercolor. He preferred to work on them in the morning in a room he rented near the airport in Louisville. He had some postcard-sized sketches in charcoal, too, of the Iron Pariah. It wasn't a wreck exactly, but it felt right. He tried to scribble one down every time he encountered it, though it was so unpredictable and he was so focused on details, he usually just ended up with a handful of inscrutable marks. She gave in, shut off the motor, and floated for a while. Then she knew what she'd been craving. A moment of silence. Wait, so is Blue with us? We didn't leave Blue, right? She wouldn't have. Can't believe that that Conway couldn't take. That's the only reason. Like, I don't see Conway leaving Blue behind. What's this? Looks like maybe we're getting ready to stop here. Act 4, Scene 8. Sam and Ida's. Something in my eye. Ida's. No. Okay. Blue, I'm so sorry that Conway left. Shannon scratches Blue behind her ear. Blue sighs. She smiles at the dog. Blue, you and me, we're gonna stick together. Oh. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, what? Hello out there, headed up or down? Uh, I'm just looking for the crew of the Mucky Mammoth. Yes, ma'am. They stop here every morning. Expect they're upstairs now, and Ida's got the coffee going. I could use a cup of myself. It's cold down there. Well, head on upstairs and she'll take care of you. I'll be along in a minute. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's go up these stairs right here. We'll have to share the news with everyone. Ezra, Junebug, yeah. Just in time. We've already finished eating, but we're about to place a to-go order for Clara. She's back on the boat getting ready for her show. Take a look at the menu. I'm sure there's something you'll like. Ida's a bit of a local celebrity, for her cooking, I mean. Hey, Ezra was just about to ask you. He's around the corner playing a video game. Maybe let him know you two are back, or... Where's the old man anyway? Man. I hate letting Ezra know, because like he's already lost his parents. He's separated from Julian. Aw, bad luck. You'll get it next time. Hey, got a quarter? He's almost got this. It's true. Sure, I have 1/4. Thank you. So, where's... They took him. Damn. Yeah, he really got himself in a situation there. Yeah, I'm gonna go sit down. Oh. The food is good here. I think everyone else is finishing up, but you could probably get something to go. All right, Claw Maestro, let's give it another shot. So let's see what's on the top of the pile here. There's a stuffed octopus, a plastic bag full of clam shells, a cowboy hat, and some big headphones. That octopus has a leg wrapped around the room box underneath it. The shells are pretty clear, but I don't know if the claw can really grip the bag well. Cowboy hat's in the corner, so it's kind of tricky to tell if it's wedged in or not. Those headphones might be a good bet, but I can't see the cord. Could be wrapped around something. What are you going to try for? Ooh, I'm like, the octopus sounds good, or maybe the headphones? The clamshells feel like a no-go. Oh my gosh, there's something just like in my eye right now. Okay. Maybe octopus or headphones. Let's do... headphones. Seemed like Johnny was a bit more certain around that. Good call. I think that's our best bet. Okay, when I put this quarter in, you'll have about 8 seconds to grab your prize. The headphones are on the right, pretty close to the middle. Okay, so I have to take it to the right and then to the middle. Okay. So let me know if you need help lining it up. Got a slightly different field of view from up here. Here we go. Johnny inserts the coin and the machine awakens. 8. Oh, God. Okay. Let's go up. Because we know it's like... Oh, wait, in the middle, right? So maybe I don't want to go more up. Let's go right. 6. Go further right. 5. I don't know. I guess if we're thinking about a square, right? If we went up, right, it's like on the far right middle, which is I think where it's said. So let's ask, does this look right? Yeah, it looks good to me. Go for it. Are you just saying that? Okay, let's push the button to drop the claw. Let's see. The claw drops. It grabs the headphones. The claw's grasp seems unusually weak on this round, and the headphones tumble back out before they can be retrieved. You were robbed. I guess the house always wins except on Tuesdays. A friend of ours always said that. Never really know what he meant. Oh well. Hey, listen. Sounds like that old man you were following around. I guess he had to leave.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he's okay. I mean, I'm sure he could be better, but I don't think we need to worry about him. Anyway, I don't know what kind of plans you have now, but if you need help figuring out your next move, you can always talk to me and Miss Junebug. I just wanted to make sure you knew that. Hmm. I don't want to leave Julian behind, but I don't I don't want to just go like I want to have the option to see if Julian also wants to come with Ezra and Johnny and Junebug. So I don't really know. I don't know what I want him to do. Let's say I don't know.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Me neither. You're in good company. Hey, maybe we still have time to poke around this place a little. They have some pretty wild stuff here. Does Johnny have like an electric hip or something? Like, did I miss a detail? Because he always sounds. Is he a robot? Is he? There was a line earlier on the river where we talked about switching up parts. Is Johnny like an android? Hey, did you see this? They keep a table full of fake food over here. I never know why. Actually, I think it might be real food coated with shellac or something. Preserved. Oh, and look, this tentacle-looking thing is half-eaten. Is this someone meal they didn't finish?
Tentacle, gross.
Man, I don't know. Some people really like that stuff. I had some fried calamari once at a gas station. It was pretty good, but I stripped a gear trying to chew the beak. Stripped a gear. Johnny is a robot. How did I not put this together until now? They're supposed to take that out. If Sam and Ida preserved this half-eaten meal, it must have been pretty important to them, right? Maybe it belonged to someone they care about, like a beloved uncle, had a mid-meal stroke, so they kept it in his memory.
Yeah, like the sunflower seeds my folks left behind.
I'm sure your folks are fine, though. Are you worried about them? I feel like Ezra would say no.
No, they're gone. There's nothing to worry about. I just miss them.
Okay. Well, I don't know what the deal is with this table, but sometimes people do weird stuff because they miss someone. Yep. Weird. Somehow I thought this was his truck and delivery and all. It was, that's what she's saying. But he gave it to her before they took him away. But you're gonna help deliver it anyway? Why? He's my friend. He needs my help to finish his job.
That's right. He's our friend too. Johnny and I will help you unload when we get there. Lift with your legs, Cricket.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, is that Ida? Yeah, it's Ida. So, how was everything? How was the sweet cave snail?
Devastating. You're a killer, Ida.
Well, I can't take all the credit. Sam came across a whole cave snail colony down there about a year back, and we've been leaving rock candy for them to gorge on since. We just started harvesting earlier this month. Yes, it's all about patience down here. Everything grows slowly in the dark. There's a fish in Lake Leith that lives to 200 years, and its flavor profile only develops at about 75. Got a pot of bones in there that's been stewing for at least a week. Don't even remember why I put them on. Come to think of it, I don't even remember what kind of bones they are. We need one for the road. Clara said she wanted something primordial, she said. What does that mean? Kate reviews the menu. I think she meant something very deep in the lake. From very deep in the lake. Could be. Here, you pick. I'm no good at this. Ooh, let's look at the menu. We got salamander log. Okay, we gotta look at all the options. Salamander log. Cuttlefish spread, balsamic spinach. That doesn't sound primordial at all. Crab and tomato cakes with Kentucky remoulade, mollusk cakes with orange butter sauce, aged blind cave fish. Maybe that one. We'll keep that on what you call it, back note. Blind salamander black bean soup, mussel hot pot, poached barnacle. So many choices. Here you pick. Learn about 12 dishes in Salmonitis. How many are there? Lamb and cavefish gumbo. That sounds good. Cedar plank blind prawn with Parmesan red pepper crust and butter sauce. Grilled squid wrap. These all sound tasty, honestly. Steamed crabs, mollusks and spinach fritters. Ida's smoked crayfish. Kentucky toast. Okay, now we've gone back to the beginning. So let's pick... I think the, oh, what was it? It was like the cave grilled shrimp wrap. No. Crayfish spread. No. I guess there was like a cavefish one. Poached squid. No. Gumbo. No. Are these are different? Basic steamed eels. No. Okay, well, let's try this. I had a smoked cavefish spread with Mississippi toast. Good choice. Your friend will love it. I'll have that right out, sweetie. Ezra leans over the table and carefully examines the preserved food and drink. He runs his finger along a grayish claw. The surface of the claw is completely smooth. That was a small one. They're asymmetrical. Sorry, I startled you, sweetie.
Whose food is this?
This is the diver's table, and this was the diver's meal. This food is about 15 years old. It's true. Things were different then. Nobody came to eat here. We were just fighting to keep the lights on. Sam, my husband Sam, was depressed. Couldn't catch anything, and that was part of the problem. Most of what we served was shipped in frozen or dried, and I just threw it on the fryer. We've both come a long way since then. Well, 2 young men came in for dinner. Seasoned divers, they said, over 10,000 hours between them and Lake Leth alone. They'd been out all day salvaging parts from a riverboat wreck and had worked up a fierce hunger, they said. They ordered the whole menu without even looking at it. It was a short menu in those days. I sat them right here and went back to the kitchen. Sam was at the next table doing a Sudoku and drinking malt liquor, his usual routine at the time. An hour later, I was cleaning up, and when Sam came bursting into the chicken, "Ida," he said, kind of frantic, "these divers are still hungry. Bring them another course." I said, "They already ordered the whole menu." Sam said, "Make something new. Keep making up dishes, whatever. Just keep bringing out food." So I did until the small hours of the morning. I made up so many new dishes that night I could write a book, and it was good. Inspired. But I was working so hot and fast at the burning edge of inspiration, I didn't think to write any of it down. I was so wrecked with exhaustion the next day, I knew I couldn't remember what I'd done in the kitchen. Sam thought we could take a photograph of the leftovers, but we couldn't get the lighting right, so we just shellacked the whole table. Now, when I need inspiration for the menu, I come and look here and think all about those ingenious dishes I threw together for those divers. Of course, they didn't pay their full bill. I heard one of them complaining to the other, "Let's just pay half and let them charge the other half to whatever demon in the kitchen kept making up food faster we could ask for it." But it all worked out. Things have really turned around since then. This place is actually pretty popular now. The success and our expanded menu inspired Sam too. He started bringing back the most magnificent ingredients from his nightly dives. I'd better get back to work. Stay right here, sweetie, and I'll bring you a treat on my way back out. Looks like a little fish. Well, buddy, I guess you're the catch of the day. The one and only. So what are you? You look like, well, some kind of fish, I guess. Kind of a mopey little guy, huh? Yeah, I can see it in your eyes. You smell like sort of buttery. Well, that should be just fine. Skin feels like sandpaper. Well, she'll figure something out. I think I'll call you Buttery Fish. Welcome to Santa Manitas, the one and only buttery fish. I hope you enjoy your stay. I mean, not too much. Have you ever seen a creature like me before? You were pretty far down there. Wouldn't be surprised if I'm the first, except there were 2 divers who went before me long ago. Maybe that was before your time. How old are you anyway, I wonder? They ate here once back in the bad old days. 2 young guys, could have been brothers maybe. I was over in the corner with my coffee and crossword. I hadn't been able to catch a thing, so I had just fried up something frozen. Well, those guys were hungry enough to eat it and ask for more, and they did at least as much talking as eating. See, like I said, they were divers. And, like I said, they might have been brothers. They had a kind of rivalry going on between them or something. I was about to write up their check, but I slipped calmly and quietly into the kitchen for a minute and told her to just keep bringing out food. Figured they wouldn't notice, caught up in their boasting as they were, and I wanted to listen. They went back and forth for hours, all about the deep and dangerous dives they'd been on, new tunnels they'd discovered, all the weird creatures they'd encountered at the weirdest depths of Lake Leth. It's like a dance, no, like a boxing match. Each story went deeper than the last. I listened to every word of it, memorized every description of every tunnel and diving route they'd discovered. That's my map now, you see. For 15 years, I've been using routes those 2 young divers discussed right there at that table. Yeah, I could write a guidebook back to the depths of this lake, but I don't dare. Someone would steal my good diving spots, and then where would we be? See, people come from here all over just to try a daily catch because they know it's unique. Ain't you proud? Since I can't write any of it down, I just preserve that table where they had their meal so I can look at it to jog my memory. Like they were eating pickled crab when they talked about that shipwreck full of salamanders. Pretty clever, huh? It's like my own secret code. Well, I'll be straight with you, buttery fish. There is one feature of this arrangement that I find unsettling. In fact, I lose a decent amount of sleep over it. I told you these boys were competing, right? One-upping each other, getting each wilder and more adventurous as they traded tales. Well, I navigate mostly in the dark down there, just going by touch and kind of a mental picture I can construct from their detailed boasts. And every time I explore a new diving spot from these recollections, I have to weigh it all against the risk that I'm taking, headed right into a dangerous falsehood. One of those men could have felt for a moment like he was losing some ground on their little duel, so he could have slipped a fake one in there. Maybe told a fib about some dive he went on and found a colony of blind shrimp living in a discarded refrigerator. And when I get down there, my diving bell cracks open on a sharp rock where he said that fridge would be. That's the end of Sam of Salmonitis. Kind of reminds me of the quote about truths. Oh, what was it? Or maybe it was like in that research center with the questionnaires. We talked about like stories and truth and repetition. Sort of connecting back to that. To be honest, that possibility puts the fear of death in me every time I touch the water. Hey, Sam. Good all tonight? We'll see what she can make of it. Yeah, pretty good, I think. It's some trouble down by the narrow tunnel. Some kind of fast-growing freshwater barnacles just about sealed it up. Picked away for half an hour before I gave up and went around the other way. But I got the catch of the day. That's the most important part. That's what people travel for. Oh, what's the catch today? This here's a buttery fish. Mopey, sandpapery old fish. I don't know how she'll fix him, but that sandpapery quality ought to do something for, what do they call it, mouthfeel? Will it stay for a drink? Got a dark rum that goes well with coffee. I think we're about to leave, but thanks. Just passing through. Hey, aren't we all? Oh, she's got your food ready. Y'all enjoy your meal, all right? I love these. They're not the interludes officially, but the song moments in this game are so good.
This world is not my home. I'm just passing through. My treasures and my hopes are place beyond the blue. Many friends and kin have gone on before, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. Oh Lord, you know I have no friend like you. If heaven's not my home, oh Lord, what will I do? Angels beckon me to heaven's open door, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. I have a loving mother up in glory land, and I don't expect to stop until I shake her hand. She's waiting now for me in heaven's open door, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. Oh Lord, you know I
Can I talk to
have
Blue?
no friend like you.
No.
If heaven's not my home, oh Lord, what will I do? Angels beckon me to heaven's open door, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore.
God, this soundtrack is so good. I feel like this act has had me on the edge of crying so many times. It's like, it's right there. She returns to the tugboat. So I guess we have 2 more stops. Maybe? I would predict we have like Claire's performance and then our stop. See that? Just looks like a swirling mess of garbage, doesn't it? Well, that's what it is. I don't know why trash seems to collect right there of all the spots on the lake, but it's always been that way. Everyone just navigates around it like it was an island or something. I think I can see some desks and chairs swirling around the edge there. Those are all-in-one desks like they have in schools, if I remember right. It's been a few years since I saw the inside of one. These must have washed down from somewhere. Never known there to be a school on the lake. Oh, there was Gemini School of Beauty. It was run by sisters, Cassie and Paula. Indistinguishable except for their haircuts, but I wouldn't think they've used desks like that. We used to stop there most every night to let off someone for a cheap haircut. Student stylists, you know. They spared many a sailor the pain of a botched do-it-yourself do. But I guess they got in deep to the power company. Those blow dryers and curling irons burn a lot of coal. It's a shame they had to close down. The haircuts are gone, but the hair keeps growing. Yes, this cluttered place makes a decent local museum. As good a history as I could ever tell. We arrived at a small houseboat neighborhood that sometimes hosted concerts for the pleasure of its residents, where Clara was scheduled that night to perform. Heck yes. I'm interested to see what Clara's performance will hold, especially compared to like Junebugs. And if there's any Like, what else we'll learn about Clara through this performance. Junebug and Johnny watch the show from the dockyard with the others. Scene 9. A neighborhood. Oh. I remember this. I told you so. Yeah, you don't have to say it. Only because it's always true. She played at the flower shop. Serrano opened. He was having trouble with his tape machine, so he just droned on the lap steel. He got really into it and he went for like forever. Everyone was falling asleep. Not everyone. I remember the air was warm, perfumed. You were playing with some petals you found on the floor, and I was looking at the ceiling. I remember the ceiling was glass. During the week, that room was a greenhouse. I don't know where they put all the plants when they had the bands in. Maybe outside if the weather was nice. It was nice that night. Warm. Smelled like spring. I remember the folding chairs. So uncomfortable, but I guess it was their only option. They had to pack everything up during the week so there'd be room to display the flowers. Wow, look at Ezra. He's wrapped. Yeah, he's really into it. So we were talking about him earlier at the gas station. Sure, I haven't forgotten, Cricket. Cool. Yeah, I know. Any, what do you think about Ezra traveling with us for a while? We were in the back, kind of looking around, people watching. I remember oh, cat always, a cat sleeping on a chair. She was a scrawny calico. We'd seen her there before. She must have lived there. I wonder if she preferred the peace and quiet of the daytime flower shop or the buzz of activity and ear-scratching strangers that came with nighttime concerts. Why do all the best music venues have live-in cats? That's an easy one, because cats make everything better always. I would have been content to just sit in that folding chair and drift on Serrano's lap steel sound waves, but you were feeling restless, so we went for a walk. If I sound hesitant or something, it's just when I met you, when we met, we were nothing. Just these little gray shadows, and we grew and filled in, but we did all that together. Ezra, sure, he's just a kid, but he's already a person. What would that do to our system? Our chemistry? We stepped outside into the warm night air. There was a horse tied up in the parking lot. You wanted to go find him some food. We wandered between some low houses and came out into an empty street. Hey, I got the masters for the new record back from Lazar. They're okay, but I got... What? You listened to them without me? You were at the pet shop. I didn't think I could tell you free. Oh, okay. Anyway, there are a few spots where the strings distorted a little and the whole thing has way too much reverb. But overall, it sounds pretty good. The new drum machine fits right into the mix. Nice. The only question is how to do it live. I can't control the drum machine and sing and dance at the same time, and you've got your hands full of guitar. We stepped into a 24-hour convenience store. I remember the radio was playing some old Patsy Cline, right? Was it Connie Smith? The clerk was reading one of those conspiracy/celebrity gossip/Bigfoot sighting newspapers. Ugh, do we even still have those anymore? Don't think we do. We bought a small bag of carrots for the horse. The horse ate the carrots, slowly and glumly. They're beautiful animals, horses. Everyone seems to agree. I think it's because they always look so sad. We got back to the greenhouse just as Clara was tuning up. She relaxed her shoulders, took a deep breath, raised both hands into their precise positions, and the room started shaking. Clara hit a note that made the glass ravel in symphony a perfect 2 octaves lower. She looked like a sorceress tearing down the building with an effortless wave and incredible focus, coaxing the empty air into some kind of moaning, rattling demon. That's the thing about theremin. It's the only instrument you can never touch. You see a wave of concern propagating through the greenhouse. People looking up at the trembling glass ceiling, looking at each other to see if anyone else was worried, trying not to catch Clara's eye and discern if she was doing it on purpose or not. She were really trying to bury us all in glass. So how do you think we'll swing that, playing the drum machine live? We'll figure something out. Maybe glue it to the back of your guitar. Oh yeah, or swap the buttons out for foot pedals. Put the drums on tape beforehand like Cyrano does. Oh yeah, I guess we have a lot of options. Life is full of possibilities, Cricket. Yes, ma'am. It was a tense 5 minutes. We, the audience, alternated between fearing for our lives and lamenting hers that could have given her the kind of emotional experience to play this devastating song. Then slowly, gently, Clara's hands came to rest. The theremin went quiet, the glass stopped rattling, and the room relaxed, unharmed. Bravo. Good job, Clara. Oh my god. Does this mean we're gonna make it to... Well, I think we had to go to... There was a stop before Dogwood. I think it was like a silo, if I remember correctly. There's a silo that we're going to that leads us to Dogwood. I met a photographer once. I mean, one in particular. She even took my portrait. Can't imagine why. She said it would immortalize me. That was a metaphor, of course. She'd mean I'd never be forgotten. As she was disembarking, not far from here actually, the film fell out of her bag and was borne away by the current. I was working on deck at the time. She shot me a sad, apologetic glance, but I wasn't bothered. It's no shame to be forgotten. And again, we have this idea of dignity and shame, especially in relation to death. Scene 11. There we go. Silo of late reflections. Whoa, whoa. Oh my god, is that Coconut the cat? Let's say it is. What's this place like, Dogwood Drive? It's in a small town, or... I don't really know. I've got the manifest. The old man had it in his truck here. Lisette's Antiques, mail order delivery, no return address, shipping address, 5 Dogwood Drive, packing list. And then it's just numbers. I guess the inventory numbers of the antiques he was supposed to be delivering. Anyway, I'm glad you're coming with us. Yeah, I'm always eager to see more of the country, and I enjoy the company. I'll have to find a bus or a train to get on Nashville by evening. Well, they have buses everywhere, right? Or, hey, I could drive you to Nashville. Seems I have a truck now, only... How are we gonna get it up these stairs? That's quite a staircase. Is there another route? A tunnel or something? No way out but up. I guess we could wait for the mammoth to come back around and take us a little further down, but that won't be until late afternoon. Looks like we're making the rest of this trip on foot. I don't even know what's in there. What if it's too much to carry? Nah, we've been loading and unloading gear since the stars were young. We're our own roadies, right? We've got expertise. All right, Cricket. Let's get this delivery packed and tied into bundles. We're hiking it upstairs. What's in there? Antiques, I guess. Antiques. Yeah, antiques are... It's like junk, but people will pay for it. Oh. Sorry, I guess you'll be taking the bus after all. It's okay. It'll be an adventure. Shannon sighs and stretches. Tired?
Don't worry, lady. We're almost there.
Oh my gosh. I need to go back to the tour because it's like we only kind of got to the distiller. Wow, how did we end up in the distillery, and like what prompted them to basically be like, now you work for us? It's because we wanted the nicer truck, the new truck. I don't know. I'm gonna have to rewatch that because I'm like, man, did Conway even have to go there? End of Act 4. I am so glad we don't have to wait years for the last one. Ugh. Now, of course, we're going to be doing the interlude. Just checking the time really fast. It's not too late. I think I will do the interlude now. Is it? I always mix up because in French it's un, but I think in Spanish it's un pueblo de nada. The nothing house of nothing. Maybe? I love a rainy day in a game. What is this? I have to sneeze. Ooh, excuse me.
I'm not late, am I?
Who is this person?
Late for... Oh, sorry. I'm Maya. Right, the traveling artist. Welcome. I'm Emily. I work here. Great. Rita says you're the producer.
Oh, did she? I guess so. I do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I know the feeling. You weren't around earlier at the lunch thing?
No, I don't live in town. I just come into work on the station. Oh, I wonder if this is the WEPV TV station.
Really? That's quite a hike, isn't it?
I know some shortcuts.
Oh, okay.
I should make sure she's comfortable. So, do you...
No, I'm fine, thanks. I'll just find somewhere to perch until you folks are ready. I've got a lot to digest, mentally, I mean. And it was a big lunch. But I spend most of the afternoon examining the mounds.
Oh, the burial mounds?
Yeah, that's why I came down here, to see them up close and make some sketches. They're amazing, right?
They make me uncomfortable, to be honest. Seems kind of weird to build a town in a graveyard.
Sure, every town has a graveyard, but usually the town comes first.
Okay, I'll check if Rita's ready. You can just hang out back here somewhere. I'll let you know when it's time to come on set.
Great, thanks for having me.
You too. I mean, you know what I mean. Oh, why am I so awkward with visitors here? Just used to seeing the same 12 people day in and out, I guess. Whoa! Looks like I just made it before the sky broke open. Ben and Bob, working on a project. We found that radio in the woods a week or two ago. Cleaned the circuits with rubbing alcohol and left it out in the sun. Seems like it was working okay again, so why are they taking it apart? Oh, I hope the neighbor's okay. Whoa. Looks like the ceiling is holding up okay. Oops. It's the floor is staying dry. My left boot has a hole. Whoa. The controls are so slippy. Miss you, Cross-Eye. Okay, I wanna... Before I look at the main stage gets any worse, we might be stuck in town tonight. I wonder if we'll see a broadcast interruption with Weaver. Oh right, Cyrano's here to help with the weather report. That should be cool. Elmo gets a lot more into it when he has some noise to vibe on. Okay, guess can we turn the video data bank? Used to be on the other side of the room and the couch was in this corner.
We moved it here where the ceiling is least leaky. It's further from the windows too, so sunlight doesn't bleach the labels. So much of archiving is just playing hide and seek with weather. Slow-mo. Oh, an actual crow. Slow-mo crow, keeping an eye on the control board. Keep up the good work, Mo. Okay. Cool. Oh, James left a patch wired up on the image processor. Nice. Maybe there'll be time to play with it after the show. Oh. Time to start the show. Okay, ready when you are. How does it look outside? Gross. Well, yeah, I'm not surprised. Saturn is in retrograde. What does that even mean? Yep. Think it'll let up? I guess we'll see what Elmo says. Oh, my poor tomatoes. Okay, in 3, 2... Hi, it's Rita. This is your evening broadcast, 8192. Wow, it's really raining out there. Damn. I can hear it from here. We have a few leaks. Put some pots and bowls underneath them. Thanks, Ron, for lending us your extra pots and bowls. I hope you had a good day, despite the weather. Although it was really nice earlier, right? I had a good day today. I met a new friend. She's going to join us in about a minute or two. Maybe you saw her earlier around lunch, or if you didn't meet her, then you'll meet her in a minute. Or if you met her already, you still want to hang out. I'm sure there's plenty that we can talk about. Wow, so this is 8192. Is that right, Emily? What is she talking about? That's a lot of broadcasts. I came in around the 5s, so I've only been around for half of them. And back then in the 5s, let's see, I did Night Noise, and we had the Swap Show and the Bird Show, and people were just coming in and dropping off tapes all the time, and now, well, now it's just the evening broadcast. But it's not like, I'm not saying we're in decline or anything like that. I love the evening broadcast. I think it was the first show we had on here. It was the first show not produced by the power company. It was the first community show, yeah. These empty, humming shots of trees and glowing-eyed animals. Before that, it was just security footage from the woods. Yep, so it's the spine of the station. Or maybe it's the heart. Or is it the skin? What part of the WEVP body do you think this is? Why don't you come on by and tell us about it? We're going to be here for another 30 minutes or so. Or if you don't want to brave the storm, you can always give us a call. Same number as always, 270-216-5556. So, all right, we're going to start with a tape. This is an old one. It's one of mine, but maybe you haven't seen it. Or if you've seen it, it's been a while, so maybe you've forgotten. Shit. What? She asked me to keep her tape on Pueblo de Nada. Where is it? I don't know. It's probably still shelved. I'll find it. Ron silently mouths a thank you. Okay, let's do a little investigating first. Oh, nothing there. Let's see. Oh, what's this? Emily pulls out an unlabeled tape. Possible to say. Not much tape in there. Old bumpers? Someone should come in here and label all these. We should put all this in chronological order, although I guess it's hard to remember sometimes the order of things. And some of these tapes were made at the same time, or we started one video and started another in the middle and then came back later, and time is out of joint. It's like sweeping a beach. Oh, wait a minute. Something fell behind the shelf here. Emily pulls a grimy tape from behind the shelf. Oh, gross, it's damp. She opens the case. It's empty. Ron said he'd started filing the old stuff by language, so... Favorite tires, that's English. Disagreeable birds, always English. The zone, that's in Japanese. Fiesta salvaje, getting warmer. Un pueblo de nada, yep. What would you all do without me? It's a good producer. I'll cue up Rita's tape now. Hi, Crow. Here you go, Mo. Hold off playing this until Rita's done setting it up. Thanks, babe. All right. There we go. Ready when you are, Rita.
Some people that lived here a long time ago, before the company town, before the airstrip, like over 100 years ago. Oh, okay, so I hope you enjoy it. Ready, Emily? All right, there we go. Oh, I wonder what Maya thinks of the dock. This is cool. Have you seen it before? Oh. Is she being genuine right now? Just making small talk? Honestly, it makes me kind of sleepy. I know what you mean. Man, I wish I spoke Spanish so I could understand what was being said here. I used to date a filmmaker. He worked a similar style, slideshow gothic. He did stuff for the History Channel, like really dry shows about war, the banality of the trenches. It's not a bad way to learn about history, though. She did a lot of research for this tape. The people of nothing, or the people of nothing at the house. We still have a few of these worn-out notebooks they left. I guess that guy from the university took the rest. What did he say he was working on? Oh, right, the Archive of Utopian Thought. Some big preservation project, I guess. So now the people of nothing are on a shelf somewhere. And here, on this tape. It is history, right? Or is it just a story? It's a good tape. It's good to have a portrait of the people who used to live here, and it does a good job of communicating who they are, what they did, what they were like, I think. People should know. Community shouldn't just disappear, even when it disappears. Or is there even a difference? Although, now the tape is just here on a shelf. Every once in a while we dust it off and it shuffles around the airways again like an old dog. Sorry, did I say something wrong? Oh no, I'm sorry. I just have some weird shit going on in my head tonight. Know what I mean? Sure, it's okay. Sorry, I spaced out. Don't worry about it. You should... Oh, should I go sit? Yeah, it's almost over. Okay. Let's go back. All right, here we go. Oh, we have to wait till it's done. Something experiment, final experiment? Okay. Sounds like it's fading out, maybe. So, where are you staying tonight? Here in town. Oh, good. Yeah. Even before the storm came in, I thought it'd be nice to get some rest before the long hike back onto the highway. Ron offered his loft. What? He said I could sleep in his loft. Oh, honey, he's talking about his barn. Ron, no one wants to sleep in your barn. Ron shrugs. It's not haunted. Hauntings aside, it's not a very comfortable barn. Another mention of haunting. I mean, I can sleep anywhere, but I think the last time Bob slept in there, he needed a tetanus shot after. But that's Bob. He's a hypochondriac. I'm not sure he even really needed it. You'll stay at my place. Oh, thanks. Oh, with that storm coming, I should probably find somewhere to stay out here tonight. Maybe I'll just sleep here in the studio. Do you need anything? Actually, do you have an extra toothbrush? It'd be nice to sleep under the stars. I think I do, actually, yeah. Oh my god, I've been in the woods, you know? Right? I actually used a twig this morning. I kind of chewed up one end. No stars tonight, though. I've done that. Really? I'm disappointed. I thought I invented it. Even better, you can chew on some pine needles. Really freshens your breath. I mean, it's not perfect. Oof, that's roughing it. Just close your eyes and pretend, I guess. Right, exactly. And even then, it's just not the same as real toothpaste. Do they know we're rolling? Emily waves to Rita. Oh, okay. Hi, so I hope you enjoyed that video. Like I said, that was from it's several years old. I can't remember exactly. I enjoyed it very much. Oh, thank you, Maya. What's next? I brought in a tape.
Oh, okay. You good?
All queued up.
I'm gonna check on the boys.
What the hell are they doing? Ben and Bob. Wait, Ben and Bob and oh my god, wait, they work at the station. It just connected. It just connected in my head. Oh, okay. It's the Emily, Ben, and Bob. Poking at the electronic innards of a radio. So then it won't mute when it scans between stations. Okay, because that's where they live, right? No, you just want that constant static noise. Right, the noise. That's where they live.
They don't live anywhere, dude. They're ghosts.
Okay, why does it matter when where you turn the radio?
It's like soil in your garden. You need rich soil, right? Mashed up rotted leaves and stuff, like compost.
Oh, hey, Em. How's the show?
What the hell are they doing? What are you doing to that poor radio?
Working on new ghost box.
This guy Frank wrote about it in his newsletter.
The paranormal periodical.
No, that's Sylvia's. Frank's The Ghost Gazette. The radio crackles as it scans rapidly across the spectrum. Snippets of voices mix with colored noise and unfamiliar interference patterns. Did you hear that?
That was definitely a voice from beyond the grave. Sounded like,
I clearly heard Dogwood in there.
Yeah, kind of sounded a little more like Frogwood to me.
What the hell is Frogwood?
Man, I don't tell ghosts what to say. Did you hear that, Emily?
Must have been Dogwood. Dogwood, of course. I guess it doesn't matter. The ghost voices don't really come out until you play back the recording later.
They only exist in recordings, like a copy without an original. A mirror reflecting something that isn't in the room.
Weird. Like a vampire? Wait, no, that's backwards. A vampire has no reflection. Yeah, vampires are pretty mundane by comparison. They're just a mashup of some creepy things we already knew about. Cannibalism, hypnotism, mist, bats.
Yeah, I see bats every night.
Bats aren't weird at all. Ghosts, though. We need a whole new framework to think about ghosts.
So the ghosts speak and we can't hear it, but tape recorder can hear it? Is that right?
I don't know. Sometimes I think it's more like the recording itself is a ghost. Like, that's what ghosts are. Recording of events that didn't happen. And something keeps leaving new marks even after it's gone. False memories. The bowls on the floor are getting full pretty quickly. Hope someone's planning to empty these. Someone else. The town looks really empty in the rain. Wonder if that's true in cities too. Rain makes it all look empty. I've been trying to remember, what's a big city I've been in when it's rained? Oh, Chicago. Downpour on Western Avenue. We took shelter in a gas station. Does it just look empty because everyone stays inside? No, there's something uncanny about a town in a thunderstorm. It's like a reanimated corpse. Ugh, more leaks. This is not sustainable. Okay, that's all looking good. James has been working on the circuit diagram for a while now. The diagram has at least been up on the chalkboard for a couple of months. Schematic for some essential component in the image processor. Nobody understands it but James. That's the point. He's simply trying to clean it up and simplify it a bit. There's a fist. LIBGFX, but it's like a function, but it looks like a home. Interesting. I love the oscilloscope. You can plug any signal in here and it shows up on the screen. Sound waves, video signals, even just a weak electrical signal with no other purchase on the senses. You can inspect electronic sounds that are usually too low frequency to notice. Sometimes it takes a little tuning. James used this to show me the guest in our wiring here in town. There's a low hum, barely even a hum because it's too slow to be audible. A gentle oscillation that offsets every other electrical signal in town. James hasn't been able to figure out what causes the hum, but it's okay. It's too subtle to cause any real problems for us. It's just there.
He'll publish the simplified diagram and everyone can build an image processor. Meanwhile, it's like hieroglyphics in here. The schematic seems to get more eerie the longer James is away. He understands it, which keeps it tethered in the realm of the human. Otherwise, it might as well be lichen. Whoa, who are you? Oh, it's Ron. Okay, it's Ron's big moment. So, okay, Ron, anything you want to tell us about that tape? Everything on that tape was wild. Really, everything? Wild stuff indeed. Even the horses. Everything on that tape was wild. Planes used to leave these thick black marks on the runway at our little airstrip. Guess it was from coming in so fast on such a short runway. Maybe cheap tires, I don't really know. Were the horses wild? I thought those were the horses here. Oh, the neighbors. We call the horses here the neighbors. No, I didn't recognize that one. Wait, the neighbors are called the horses. Interesting, okay. I don't think there are any wild horses anymore. Really? How could that be? Oh, well, they've all been domesticated. Are the neighbors domesticated? We don't own them, no. They're, feral? The tracks would bleach out in the sun, but then, the next time it rained, they'd appear again as oily after images on the runway. Now it's been decades since anyone's landed there, but these marks still come out when it rains. Oh, right. In your documentary, you said that the people who used to live here had freed their horses. Exactly. But you can free your pet cat, but it won't turn back into a panther. Right. It's kind of a haunting. A kind of ghost, like Ben was saying. But everything is a ghost around here these days. It's a ghost town with people still living in it against all reason. Most of the houses are empty. There's always been people here, after the Pueblo de Nada, the community airstrip, then the company town, then WEVP. What about the dogs? Oh yeah, Ron, was a dog wild? Everything on that tape was wild. Somehow, just as the last group dies out, some new utopian project always finds a way to take hold. What is it about this place? Must be the well. It didn't look wild to me. Guess it's a matter of perspective. I'm not sure I agree, but now it's time for the weather. Thanks again, Ron. We're hanging on long past our expiration date. Well, the weather should be pretty wild. I can hear it for myself right now. Yeah, it's getting pretty intense out there. Do you get storms like this a lot? More and more. Right, of course. And then, of course, there's the actual ghost. All right, here's Elma with the weather report, and lucky us, we also have Cyrano Cole, who stopped by to add some drama, musically. I hear he's going to be at the Rum Colony later tonight if you need a cocktail after the show. So, let's go live to Elmo for the weather report. Oh, is Elmo ready? I should make sure the camera's pointed in the right direction. Boop. Hey. Hey. This is so trippy. How did he work out these ratios of oil, water, and dyes? Seems so precise the way he drips them on one little half drop at a time. Must have been a lot of trial and error, just staring at a circle of light on the wall. Drip, drip, drip. Where'd you get your supplies, Elmo? Ben is a guy in... Oh, wait, you mean the projection stuff. I mail-ordered these candle dyes. This other stuff is just mineral oil, like you can get at the drugstore. The projector? Somebody just left it here, man. Incredible. Actually, it's that girl who does that pirate video stuff, you know, jamming our signal. Weaver. Yeah, our resident ghost. Ghost, huh? You really think she's dead? Doesn't matter. Maybe not. I guess you're right. Ghost is just an absent person, whether they're dead or not. That's what I think. Hey, you think she'll get us tonight? It's about time, right? He's right. We're about due. Plus, Saturn's in retrograde. So I hear. Not that she keeps a strict schedule, but it's never longer than a month or two between... Oh, what does Mimi call them? Mimi! Oh my god, we know Mimi. No, they're bad for the general vibe around here, but can I be honest? Emily nods in mock gravity. Kind of like it when she busts in and takes over our signal. It's like a log falling on the road. Reminds you that this is all used to be trees. How does she do it? Interventions, that's what Mamie calls it. Her performances were cool, though. Never saw her perform, but I heard about it. Yeah, I saw her do it a few times. I was into it. For a while, we thought she had a tower somewhere, but she's even jamming the local cable transmissions. She did lectures, right? Yeah, you could say that. I thought of them as storytelling sessions. She talked for hours and shuffled through slide after slide of shapes, numbers, weird constellations. Who knows what any of it meant? Ralph and Sherry went and checked every cable in town for, what would they call it? And this was her projector. Right. I don't know where she got it, though. It still works really well. Got a spare bulb at a resale shop, but I haven't had to use it yet. Taps, splices, injection sites, places where Weaver would be overriding her signal. They didn't find anything. It's just a mystery. That's why it bothers people so much. But to me, that just makes it more dignified somehow. What happened to the rest of her stuff? I bet her slides are still here in the studio. Maybe with the posters? Sherry has all Weaver's old notes. I know that. She keeps them in her archive, you know, the big blue filing cabinet. With the daisies painted on. Yeah. Anyway, the really hard part is to find those two pieces of glass. They have to be paired very precisely. I had to get these from the clock store over in Glasgow. That's where they come from. Clock faces. I feel like we've had a lot of clock references, too. There was that poem that we saw again in the questionnaire. It's the Radinsky place, the research center. There was the clock shop that we saw as we were exploring above ground. Thanks for the tips, dude. Anytime, dude. Did I ever turn the camera around? I don't think I did. Oh my god, standing water on the floor and a hole in my boot. Cool, my socks are getting wet. I love to have wet socks. Thanks, Elmo and Cyrano. So, next we have a selection from the Video Databank. You're gonna like this one, Maya. This one's about caves. Ooh. Yeah, local caves. We play this one a lot. It's pretty cool. Who is it? Oh, but we have a phone call. Should we get it now or should we wait? Oh, we'll get it now. Okay. Rita presses a button on the telephone next to her. Hello, WEVP. Great public access television. I love it. I hope you all packed a lunch. Sounds like this is going to be a long one. It's a good name. Approved. They should be okay if I wander around a bit. Okay, I'll let them go. Hey, babe. A chitter and then a coo. Did you know Weaver? Oh, really? Was she nice to you? Well, that's good to hear. You make her sound so normal. Talk to anyone else and it's like she had a second head. One of our little mysteries, like the out-of-towner. Oh, really? Do you know him well? There's several whistles and a pause as if more are coming, but they never do. I had no idea. So, who do you think did it? Of course, I hadn't considered that possibility. What a waste. Sad. Well, have fun. I'm gonna see if Jeff, Geoff, is done. Gosh, looks like the ceiling panels are swelling a little bit. Is that really happening? Are we about to get drenched? Oh my gosh, I hope the station doesn't collapse. Ooh, what's going on? This is like zero text. Oh my god, is Ron sleeping? He's sleeping. I saw the vignetting of the screen a little bit too. Zero, you say? Oh shit. Oh, the line's dead. The phone lines are such a mess up here. Hello? Was that the storm? Was the damn phone lines. Man, they're really flaky. Business as usual. He has a really soothing voice. That's Jeff. He's our regular caller. He's asleep. Maya indicates Ron, who has fallen asleep in his chair. Oh, well, let him sleep. Okay, let's play the tape. This is Cave Art. It's a classic around here. I'm excited. Looks like Mo's got this one all queued up. Way to go, Mo. I should let Maya enjoy the tape. So, if Weaver's a ghost, by some agreed-upon definition on mechanics, that means WEPV-TV is haunted. Should we be doing something about that? Like, aren't you supposed to have an exorcism or something? And you can't just leave a place haunted. That would be negligence. I'd miss her, though. I guess there are good ghosts and bad ghosts, like spiders. Good in the garden, bad in the shower. A loud crashing noise from outside wakes Ron up. What the hell? What was that? I'll check it out. Yikes, should we go help? Oh no, oh, the tape is over. What'd you think? That was great. Oh geez. Yeah, I like that one. That sounded pretty close. Oh no, is the power out? Or just the lights? I don't know. I'll take a look. Maybe a fuse blew on a relay or something? Some scared rat chewed a wire. Abandoned ship! Just kidding. I guess I'll take a look around and see if anything's smoking. Guess it's up to me to figure out what's going on. Oh, if survives the night. We should call... Nah, the phones are definitely dead now. There's a silhouette of a person there. Wonder if that weird hum in our wires still shows up when the power is out. Of course, I can't check because the oscilloscope isn't working. Feels like feathers? Nope. Oops, sorry, Mo. Feathers. This feels like we're in the zero, sort of. It's fine, right? Surely it's fine. Would Elmo disappear into the woods or go down to the Echo River and ply his trade there? Oh, poor thing, she's soaked. Are you having trouble with... Oh, I spoke too soon. I thought your power was out. Yeah, it just came back. Oh, weird. Good, though. You made it in this storm. Oh, I never missed the evening broadcast. To be honest, it's the only time I get to share my work. Nikki's still carrying a torch for the out-of-towner. Sure, of course. That's great. Oh, it's pouring out there. I think they have some paper towels over by the set. Oh, thank you. Well, ready to go? Ready. Okay, this ceiling is falling apart. Doesn't bode well for the roof. I am just afraid we're gonna get, like, washed in. Some of the studio wiring is in puddles now. That's dangerous, right? No one else seems concerned about it. Okay, I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that. Alright. They're all fine over here. Now we enter the cultural section of tonight's program. Did you fix it? Just came back on its own. It'll take a second for the equipment to warm back up and we'll be on air again. Spooky. It's a disaster out there. The neighbor's barn is basically underwater. Oh, that's so completely... Yeah, just completely flooded. I passed Ron on the way in. Just gonna take a look and see if there's anything he can do. Will they be okay? Ron knows what he's doing. He used to be a firefighter. It's a little bit different though, right? I guess. Nikki hands some wet paper towels to Rita. Oh, thanks. Nikki pulls a journal out of her jacket pocket. I brought my work. Oh, good. Nikki reads her poetry. It's a weekly feature of our broadcast. Ah, great. I look forward to hearing it. Yeah, I just hope we can keep going. We lost power a little while before, right? Better get started then. To the out-of-towner. What eagle flew you to your final bed? It was not men who brought you there to sleep. The men who left you bloodied then and fled had chosen mud and muddy-watered creek. Did wild turkeys gobble, dote, and care, and wipe the moss beneath your eyelids clear? Did cardinals pull the twigs out from your hair and wash your hands and feet and trim your beard? When wood ducks dressed you in your resting gown and pigeons fashioned shoes from leaves and bark, who then sewed flowers into a burial crown? The one who made your headdress was a hawk. The men who broke your body, where were they? The vultures stayed home on your funeral day. Emily, come look at the monitor. Dude, be quiet. We're live right now. No, we're not. Look. What? Where's the monitor? Oh, here we go. That's not our broadcast. Damn. There she is. Elmo was right. What's wrong? It's her. It's Weaver. Oh, really? Tonight? Sorry about this, Maya. What's going on? Local prankster. She jams our signal every once in a while, whenever the stars align. Prankster? Not the word I would use. Damn. So what do you do about it? Just wait until she's done. We've never been able to stop her from jamming us. Don't even know how she does it. We should be back in a minute, though. Don't worry. Ooh, will we be able to watch the broadcast? Whoa. Oh my gosh, did the station get damaged by the storm? Pueblo de nada. All right. We're going to end here, but Act 4... Interesting. I think Act 4 is probably the densest of the acts in terms of just like so much to read through. I do miss... I'm sad because I didn't realize we were done exploring the Zero until we were done exploring the Zero. And so it's unfortunate because I feel like I probably missed a lot of side quests and opportunities there. But I think there were some really great moments in Act 4. I think Poppy's story was really good. Conway, oh man, I am heartbroken about Conway. So there's some really, really strong moments. But yeah, God, I'm very interested to see where this is going to go. I just don't know. For Shannon's conclusion, at least. I feel also torn about the potential for Ezra and like this potential to go with Junebug and Johnny, but I want to make sure that Ezra doesn't leave Julian. I feel like that wouldn't make sense for Ezra. So, yeah, I don't know. But we will be concluding this in the next video based on just I've been talking with folks, and I was already I knew that 3 and 4 would be the longer acts, and supposedly Act 5 is much shorter. So that'll probably just be one part, I'm assuming. And yeah, God, I'm so excited to finish this out and see what happens. I guess that was our final interlude, it looks like. So there we go. If you enjoyed this, please consider following the channel. I love to do Let's Plays, not just of full games like this, but of demos as well to help you hopefully find your next favorite game. I also run a game discussion club called Geeks and Grounds, and it's formatted kind of like a book club where we play one game a month and we discuss it throughout the month in Discord, asynchronously, just in a thread or a forum sort of thread together. And we gather once a month at the end to talk about the game in its entirety. If you like, there's a podcast to accompany it where I bring on a new co host every month to introduce the game and its context to help you prime yourself while you play, as well as dive in with a deep dive discussion at the end of the month. And we have Katie from Katie and Catburger. Go follow her channel on YouTube. I think she's so great. Hugely, just one of my favorite folks to watch, honestly. I really love it when she has a video come out. And yeah, so she's going to be a guest on that, so you can see that on this channel as well. And if you want more information on how to participate and see the other games we'll be playing, in March we'll be hopping into The Root Trees Are Dead, so I'll be also posting a Let's Play of that. My goal has been to try and get Let's Plays of the games we've been playing for Geeks and Grounds up so that people can just watch the game because I think it's fun, but also if cost or time is really challenging, it provides another opportunity for people to engage with the game, even if it's not necessarily playing it themselves. But I always encourage folks, if you can, to play it yourself, especially this one, because there are so many options that we did not take. I think there was a ton of content to still be dug into and delved, and if you are playing it, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the Discord, and you can find everything at geeksandgrounds.com. And that is it. All right, I will see you in the next video. Bye!